Good evening. Ira Epstein with your Ira Epstein hotline. And this hotline is for the evening as we're here now on Tuesday, and we're at the 26th of December, 2023, 6:07 p.m. Central Time. You know, I'm just looking at it. Boy, we're going to be into the new year right away. Interesting. Another up move in the stock market. You do realize since the beginning of November, we just keep marching higher. What does that mean for January? Tonight, in my full research report, I cover this. And I give you what the percentages are that start happening in January because of this extreme strength that we're seeing in the marketplace. How do you play it? What do you do with it? You can always go to our website, iraepstein.com. Under the word research, sign up for my full research. You get my twice daily updates because I've already written about it. And no, I'm not going to spill the beans right here about that. I don't think it makes sense. Suffice to say, the stock market's in a rally. You've got the metal markets in a rally. You've got the dollar down. Do you remember my my dollar index report that I put out a week ago? Thing looks right on the money so far. Energy markets, okay. Energies have been coming up, and the question is what's going on and what's going to go on in the Mideast. Iran is ruling the day. Don't kid yourself. It's Iran that is ruling the day. We have a coalition that doesn't seem to want to do anything at this point. Iran not only has launched, according to our military, missiles into the Indian Ocean, but they keep the Houthis going, and they keep today even attacking another cargo container. And we don't do anything about it, all right? Well, there's politics, but the Biden administration just is content. It's like the border. They don't mess things up. They don't want to. The Saudis are scared what would happen with them with the energy. If the Houthis go back to attacking Saudi Arabia, what does it do there? And the U.S. appears to be very scared of Iran. And if you kid yourself and you think that's not the case, you are wrong. Iran, I was reading reports today, they are upgrading the amount of uranium enrichment. They're at 60%. They want to kick that up even further. At 90%, they have grade uranium, enough of it with what they're doing for 3 nuclear bombs. So we'll see. I have no idea. I give up on some of it because my voice doesn't matter anyways. But when we look at the S&P, we are up 0.5% to start the week off. You can see how the markets just kept going up. And when you look at this, you just keep moving to higher levels. Now, we do have a pattern of a higher high and a lower low. So it's not exactly, hey, just buy. The market keeps going. You do get these corrections. The market has got a classic bull setup with the 18-day average over the 100 in green and the 100 over the 200. That's all very friendly action. In terms of resistance, the 48.80 level. Today I was watching to see where the new projections are coming out from the different brokerage firms for next year. 5,400 is the new level. Now, 3 weeks ago it was 5,100. Why is it higher? Because the market hasn't stopped rallying. So as it keeps rallying, they're just saying, okay, all things being equal, let's kick it up. And I'm already hearing for 2005 on today on CNBC, one of the analysts came out, we're going to 6,000 by 2005. Okay? I don't know that we won't. I'm just saying, okay. Do we have embedded readings? We do. Nothing gets stronger than an embedded reading. So until the red line's under 79 on pullbacks, I contend the market is getting bought. When I look at the NASDAQ, it's the same. The embedded readings, the strongest signal as I know. I don't know any stronger. So until it's lost, the breaks in the market get bought. The objective, the upper Bollinger Band. There's window envelopes in there, but I don't show them on this chart. You've got the same thing with the embedded reading in the Dow. And when we come over to the Russell, embedded reading. So everything I teach in my charting courses is all systems go to the upside in terms of momentum and in terms of price. When we look at the 10-year note, until you get the red line under 79, the market's still getting bought. And I know you'll say, well, it's starting to drift a bit lower. It is, but it hasn't lost that bullish momentum, nor have you lost it in the 5-year note either. In the dollar index, how bearish a report that I just put out a week ago from Thursday, not this coming Thursday, a week ago. It ended, not this week, a week ago. I put it out Thursday, and then it ended this past week. Looks to me like it was a pretty reasonable report that the market was going to come down. And when I take a look at the eurocurrency, look how it keeps going up. So these things are working out in terms of what the seasonality is, the Santa Claus rally, the market's coming up at the expense of the dollar dropping. I predict you will get your closings of the government between January 10th and the February date. I don't see how the House and the Senate are going to get together. I don't see how they resolve too much without them first going right to the brink and to the wall. I don't know that Mr. Johnson will make it past being a speaker the next vote if he gives in any member way to the far right. If they feel he's giving in, they will do just what they did with McCarthy with him. Why? You're really in the presidential arena sweepstakes now. We're in January in no time. As you're there, everybody wants a piece of the pie, not compromise. They want it to go their way. And in order to get it their way, given that the budget deal's right in front of them, given that they've already said no to Ukrainian money, no to Israeli money, you give us our border, you give us the terms of the border, or you get nothing to the government. That is what's going on. Pay attention to it, all right? It will impact these markets as we get past this euphoria that we have now at Christmas time and the Santa Claus rally. Something going to come home to roost. By the way, when you have a powerful December, like we're having in November, what does it mean for January and typically next year? I covered that in tonight's full written research. So my reports are going to be very short from now until New Year's Day. When we get past that, then I'll get back to normal. I'm going to enjoy myself, but I'm writing about the really important events. Doing away with other things, giving you where I think you're at. Want to know what I think? Get the report. Go to iraepstein.com. Under the word research, you want to get into the full research to see where that's at. In the British pound, you have the trend down, the bias up. That's about as neutral as you can get. Bitcoin, I'm going to repeat. Be very careful here. The smart money is going to buy Bitcoin, anticipating that before the 10th of January, the SEC has to cave in and allow these to move. Now, something strange happened. The chairman of Grayscale, no more, right in front of all this. I don't understand what it means. The market reacted negative, but I don't know that that's a negative. I just don't know what it means. I know that if you get the ETFs, the market will interpret that event as bullish. I expect it's going to be had. Brent versus WTI, just taking off to the upside. Why not? What's going on with Brent? Well, you can't ship it, all right? The Houthis are controlling the Red Sea. It's that simple. And the Saudis aren't going to fight them. They're scared to death to fight them. And the coalition, what good are they? What have they done? Okay? I still see every morning I wake up, there's more drone attacks. You think that's a coalition that has freed it? I read over the weekend, Maersk, and now I'm reading some of the other large container companies are ready to follow the coalition and put their ships back into the route. How? I still see drone attacks coming. I mean, they're not going to do that. They're assuming that they'll have a blanket, a shield over them. I don't see the shield. I see, if anything, honestly, the Houthis feel empowered to do even more. It's like they're attack-free. When I look at the market, you can get up to the 82 level again. Why not? That's the upper band. Your first resistance is right here in the crude. You're coming up to it at the 75.59 level, the 200-week average of closes. The trend up, you are overbought, but this is the reality of where you're at. In the heating oil market, you have the trend down, the bias up. It's refusing to get back under the 18-day average. The battleground's crystal clear. It's the 200-day average. And the market's trying to figure out, where do you go? Now, the one thing we know about heating oil and natural gas, are you looking out at the temperatures? In most of the United States, this is unbelievably mild winter. We in Chicago will have one of the mildest Decembers on record, certainly from the looks of it in the top 7. Not quite as mild as it was, I think, a year ago or 2 years ago, but not as cold as it was a year ago. I think it was 14 below or 14 above zero, if I'm correct. So it's beautiful. How long can it last? Well, here's how it works. Every day that goes by is a day you're not going to recover. So this mild temperature for all of us in great part of the country means we're not burning as much natural gas. That is phenomenal, and that will do what? It keeps pressure on the nat gas price. It's very hard to get bullish. This has been a bear market rally back to the 18-day average. This is where problems should first start to develop. So you put it together, you try to come up with a game plan. For those of you that like to see my morning subscriber videos, and be it the futures or the spider. You know, if you're watching me on YouTube with this video, if you look at the right-hand side, it says subscribe. All you got to do is hit that, click, fill out the forms, and away you go. I put them out 5:15 in the morning. I record the futures, generally no later than that. Today was later, but generally no later. And by 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm recording the Spider ETF. You'll get your notice. They're there. You just go to that website. A lot of people just like to use YouTube. If you like to go to our website, it's iraepstein.com, and everything there is under the name research. You have yourself a good evening. I'm Ira. I'll see you tomorrow.